Yeah, mate, welcome back. Jim's Chinese gold, so I'm calling it Chinese gold because it's a chainsaw that I think to perform really good. So I thought I'd bring you back and show you what I've had to do it and what it turned out to be like. Alright, turn you around. Now I've machined the base of this piston until, not piston, the cylinder I should say. So I've gone wrist pin side, gadget pin, a bit of solder, so it's still rocking a bit. I don't know how much that is. This is my second time. I'm going to leave it like this because having a non-easy start pull starter and an elbow pull, if I go too tight squish-wise, it might make it harder for him to pull over. And even though it's light saw, I still don't want to hurt him. I want to give him some power, but it was something like 68 thou, I think, or 80 thou. It was really big up here, but it had good compression, which I found weird. So I'll pull this off and we'll have a look together. But so I still don't know what this thing's off though. If you guys have done what it is, I'd love to know. Get in the hole, you. T27s, T25s, undo. Undo you is. Do it up. Come on, get in the hole. Now look what the squish is. Gotta get them all out of this. Hang on. Now then, yep, there you go. So, there's a solid. So I've opened it, I've squished a bit more than what it was. I'm pretty happy with that. So look at that together. Camera, focus on me, not that. Give me that thing. Maybe a little bit better. So that's the squish. That's one side. I'm looking to see if there's thin bits or thick bits or stuff like that. What's that measure up to be? I would say it's quite the 28th hour, something like that. No, 30 still. Yeah. 30 on one side. 38. Yeah, BB squished before, guys. 36, so maybe that would do the other side. I'm not going to get any more than this. 40, no. So the piston screw, 36, there you go, 35, 36. So, because of the dome piston, it's hard to tell. They're big at one side and thin on the other side. If you go too far, as you go away from the cylinder wall, it gets thinner. Be careful, I'll go about there. Right. 35, so that's pretty respectable. Still 42. To the point he puts 33, 32, 30, okay. 20, 29. You give it a decent solid. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Look at that. About 30 thou. The other side with the point of it. I make life easier for the old guy, not harder. 35, 33, 28, 27. Yeah, I'll leave it there because that thin bit just there is where it's sitting down. Lot of squish. Not happy with that. So we're zoomed in, we're not zoomed in. And there you can see that. So it's thick and then it goes thin. Outside, Kevin. Right that around. So I could take more off that, but I could. I've got the manual and all that stuff, but it's not my saw, or it is my saw, but I'm going to give it to the old bloke. I don't want it to be hard for him to start, and this will still perform. Just fat the very tip here, and then it gets thinner. So hard to show that in the camera. If that'll work. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Alright guys, I'll get the intake working all the stuff done. The cylinder and the electrical stuff that makes this thing rock and roll and run. Right. Okay, the more it looks, the more you see sometimes. I just clean the cylinder up, not cylinder, the piston up. It's all clean, but I thought I'd just show you this so I get this a film. Never seen this before, another thing new, so I'll zoom you right in because this is hard to see. The light, now look at that hole there on the bottom, I've seen them before, it's fine. But look behind that, there's another hole inside the wrist pin. There you go. There's a hole that goes all the way through. Look at that. I never seen it before. It doesn't need to go through the piston itself, it goes right to the base. Fine. Right through, see? They lubricate the piston up. So it's designed to do high revs. So I don't know what piston is for, but I clean it up. No real burrs and shit like that. Just clean. See, it will work better. Now I'll put this all back together now. Okay, what a mess. Go in the house, clean it up. I buff everything. I always buff after I've done a bit on these pieces here. Everywhere, buff it and buff it. Give it any good scratchy bits. All smooth. I get mag polishing paste. I'll clean it all in a minute. You'll see it more shiny. Okay, all cleaned up, guys. Now, if you hear bang crash, it's a thunderstorm above my shed. And I'm inside of a tin shed. I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm, so great for lightning. So, lowers been opened up quite a bit. On the exhaust side, I went to the right because I had the room there. Intake, there's no real room for that because of the way the piston is, so I left the intake side alone. Intake's been lunged, or I call it silo, because silo really had this idea first. Intake side had been left alone, the exhaust side I've played with that there, so I'm trying to put light and look at the camera. Now, a little point, the diverter there, or the split part, so it's just better. The lower here had a real step in there, so it's been smoothed out, a bit like a 3120, real steady, like thin underneath that part there. Now I've taken a bit off the base of the cylinder, so it's still about 28, 29 thou. I'm happy with that because you have all these little tiny saws. The crank is just pushed into the crank case. There's no tight fitting bearings, so I don't really want to overload the saw too much, so it should be fine. Intake. So, you've seen all this stuff before a million times. So it's been opened up. I did have to remove quite a bit of metal off that upper part of the opening there. Because when the intake goes on there's a huge step, so got rid of that, smoothed it all out. That should be pretty good. And I put the bottom there, straight line the bottom, so the bottom of the intake there is a straight line, so you put your ring in there, mark it, and then, because normally they're just an oval, so it will open and shut instantly. I cleaned up the upper transfers, just with downwards, make sure there's no dags and crap in there, which there were quite a lot of dags. But yeah, ready to get back on it, and now we'll muffle mod and all that crap. I'll pinch up muffle off of the Steve saw, it's the Chinese saw, it's been modified and all that, but it's already done, so I'll pinch it on there for Jim. Yeah, Steve sent me that saw a long time ago, part of the channel. That's a good saw. I offered it back to him, but he wouldn't take the bastard back, so it was still in the shed. Anyway, thank you, Steve, I appreciate that. I'll put this back on now. Just put it together. The one thing I did notice this thing when I put it together, I'll show you, it's meant to have, or was going to have, a decal valve. Well, I noticed it's there, material. If I want to, you drill that, tap it, and put a decal valve. Now she's been there nicely. No noises. It just pissed out raining guys, terrible noise. It's just been quiet. So we'll do that. No way can taste good. So I'll keep putting it together. I have to put the new air filter on this and it should be good to go. So happy with that, right. Now because this is a small motor and this is a small motor, but this one really hammers, I've decided to pinch the muff off this. This is Steve's one, little orange thing. It's a little leak in the, feels like it's a slight crack in the plastic just here somewhere. If you're running loads or rubber, it's hard to even see it. There. This little crack just there. Yeah, I'll pinch the muff out of that now. The muffler that was on this thing, the outer one, that's the outer one there. Got the box in there. Steve's one I knocked it out, so completely knocked it out. Empty can. Probably not very well. There's the pipe. Maybe you can see that, maybe not. There you go, mate. Yeah. See the pipe there? Just straight that. There's only one pipe, so it still should be fairly quiet, but she will get up and go. Just want to show you guys that. Right, that's new muffler base from compared to the old one. The old one's the teabag type one. We had a really good high quality seal underneath O-ring. It does jack shit. So that's gone. That was sitting in the steel like that. Now it's gone. Now I don't know if I have to cut this one. I put them on like this so I can cut them where they are in situ. So I'll see if it fits. And because of that round base at the back here, you gotta stretch them air around that. Make it fit. It's like a rubber band almost. Can be quite tight, like that. Make sure your spark plug boots on probably harder to give yourself some room. And have a cap, and the cap. Now the cap is slightly different on these round ones, and the other ones are a bit deeper. There you go, like that. Top cover. There you go. Top cover all greasy. I wonder if that will be, it might be too long. I normally put a wash on top of that. It's still a bit more textured washer. I'll wash it if it's raining. Oh, it's raining again. Start raining. Keep going. Well, what's going on here? It is not what you want. Oh, there it goes. Right. Well, I've got the tongue up here. I've got the tongue on. I'll just bang it down. And if it's too long, it'll bottom out that nut here. That's where you have to adjust it sometimes. Keep going until it goes all down. Tight. So we'll need adjusting. That's not, it's too long. So, just a tiny bit out. That's what I mean, guys, just a tiny bit out. Yeah, now probably about, you can see the amount there, yeah, probably about 3 mils, not much. So tomorrow morning, I'll go up and grind this. Make sure it fits. And sometimes you have to, I'll show you the other part too, sometimes you have to do this too. I might have to do it this one, I'm not sure yet. I'll see. I'll check it first. I'll show you how you can check this. If you ever want to do one of those things. Because of the way the air filter boot and all that shit goes on under the top of the cover, it can be unaligned, not lined up properly. I'll show you how to test it. Just loosen them up, move them around. So I'll pull that off, pull the nut out of the air top cover. Sorry, I didn't get it around too much. Try to get that out. Like that, that's out. And put your cover on there and see how much it's out. I'm out by a fair bit. So I'll have to move that over. Yeah, it's out a bit, fair bit. Alright, that's why it doesn't want to play properly. They're normally pretty good. So I need to move this to the right. So to do that, under these bolts here, might as well do it now. Just a little bit. Loosen them all up. Because on the base of this thing here, there's a tongue. Get one out here. There's your air fill like that. There's a tongue here. And the tongue gets pinched between this and that. And sometimes it's not lined up right. And sometimes you can move them, sometimes you can't. I'll pull it out more. They are a pain, guys. Because they're trained made, they're always a bit iffies. You can move it a little bit, not much. So I might have to cut that air fill stuff there off. Over, I think. Well, it has to be moved. I'll do it now. Come on, Spider-Man. Come on, off you go. That looks tight. Now you can't always get them off the spark plug in, but most of them you can. I did modify the on-off button here too because when you had the saw on, it wasn't fully on. It was getting held up by that case. Yeah, she's been all right there. It needs to be moved just a tiny bit. That could be the intake boot, the brackets, all that crap. Can't really move that much. But, you can move it a little bit. That's what I normally do. Just check see the lines up. I'll fix this off to camera and we'll start this up tomorrow morning. I suppose it should be nice. Aldis, they are trying to make things better. Now I've got that to go on quite nicely. All I had to do, didn't cut the thread at all. It's they're not there. Wide on hard enough, it starts to pop up there, so you see it bubble. Come for plastic. That's a bolt come through that, so it's all nice. I put a black rubber washer between the air filter and the top cover, so it's fine. But I was looking at the original air filter. Now, the original air filter, these other Chinese stores are absolute crap. But they're very fine plastic, very fine. I've never seen one like this so soft. So, at least they're trying to get the sort of stuff that's a very, very fine tea bag material. It's nice. I still wouldn't use it though, but they're trying. At least they're trying. Right. Tomorrow morning can't come early enough, so I've got this thing on. Pretty good. It fits reasonably. There's a bit office there, but when it heats up, it'll work its way to where it should be. But for those air filter things, that fit many different designs, different top covers and stuff. But if you got that bolt on top here, that's a air filter for this thing. But they all a bit sort of funny when they go in. So, but after a few heats, a few hours of cutting fire with all plastic bends, they will that air filter. This thing has got so much compression now. Can't even pull over. Tomorrow morning. Alright, tomorrow morning. Again, the wood yard, it pissed down rain last night for hours. Not too bad here, but it really hammered it. Anyway, I dropped off the MS660 Magnum and dropped that off, and of course, I got the saw back off him from his workers that usually was here for doing living work. Something wrong with it, he wants me to try and fix it, cheap as possible, as usual. But we'll see how Jim was one to go, so I'll start her up and see. It's a bit of a cold start. What the hell in there? Am I hearing it all? Up my emails. I'll use that sec. Do you know how she starts and what she sounds like? And I'll have to tune her up, those. You're smoky, not normal. Right, here you go. I hope it starts easy enough. Prime. On, shake. Yep. Try that. I did enjoy Tommy being at this girl. There was an old bloke running this thing, goes in hurt his arm and his back side. Yeah, that's the aisle. She warmed up one cycle, heat cycle really. No, the saw should be running really to set the saw. But he's doing it. Now, I went the high up as much as I could. She should be forward frustrating. Just make sure she's running rich. Because different muffler, port job, all that all adds up to a saw running completely different to what it was. And this thing, it revs. Now I haven't adjusted the time, as I said, because the old bloke wants something to start easy, and he probably kicked back to solo. As I said, he's older than me. I feel my age sometimes. Just find something about this, a foot round if I can. What this saw should be used for, all the small stuff, not really. Trying to walk on the wet. This soil used to be black. All that rain we had before, and now it's gone white like sand, sandpaper. White sand. Right. What can I cut here? So I'll go over there, I think. Hang on. So I've got this wood here. I'll set the camera on that. Over there, looking back towards here. I'll cut the small stuff first. Let's see what she looks like. Then we'll come back to this one here. I'll go back home because I've got more tools to fix. Always something to do, guys. Always something to do. Right, that shouldn't fall off there, I don't think. Oh. These fires I've been up for about 10 minutes, so it's still warm though. Give me a chin screwdriver. Up. Come on, pretty part there. That there. Drop off, don't worry about my feet. Come on, screw. Where are you? Yeah, a bit more. Got just that load yet. Run to filling, I think on the low. Not happy to high rev, I think. What's up here?
Mm-hmm. I got blown by a crane seal. These crane seals behind so easy, they're just pushing. Been that close.
BB. the oil, we can't find the oil through. Try to do that. But yeah, somewhere. Now guys, I'll take the air filter off. I'll adjust the oil. It's just way too low. This thing has been played with so much before. I had pulled apart and the lawnmower shop couldn't fix it. So I'll pull the top cover off. I don't get mad myself. One more time. Yeah, move a little bit. There, he's there. Got it. See? Yep. Thanks, guys. Try that. You're more than low, I got dead on the rev. Once I get that right, I'll get up the idle more. It's a bang. I pulled the whole thing apart, but I haven't pulled the carby apart. Could be dirt in the carby. Those should check that too, guys. Oi, something. Have we got fuel still? Half a tank, but they could be running out there too. Right, that'll do it for the video, guys. I thought you'd go in a few minutes. So heavy. More stuff to do, guys. Always something to do. Right, climb back over this. It was not fun climbing over this. It's all like that. Alright, guys, over now. I know, I love my adults. Everyone has to have adults. Now, do you want some more food, children? Please, sir, I want some more. Now, I've seen this problem before, especially on these Chinese stores. I do it quite often. Didn't look like I was doing it before, and now it's doing it, playing up, and that's why I can't tune it. So it's the fuel line. I'll show you. I've got one in the shed, made to pull the whole tank off everything. If it's building up enough pressure, you might see it. Where the fuel line goes on, just there, base the FL there, there's a crack, and fuel was squirting out over here. I couldn't start it up. Now she's gone. I might have to squirt. Pressure like that. No. But it starts, it just fuels up. Too much fuel. It's, get the boggy and tune. I can't tune it, it's second air. It will. She goes, it's just pump fuel out in the engine bay. A car, I suppose. But you should be able to see it, it's not coming out now. It was squirting under pressure. But anyway, I checked for fuel. Might do that. I checked for fuel. Bit of fuel in there. Anytime a bit. Done that, put up. Put this over here. It came over, pulled a few times. Wouldn't start up. I don't squirt fuel, won't do it now, but it was squirting. So I'll pull it apart again and fix it up. But yeah, this is all we really get back to Jim's very soon. Alright guys, over and out again. picture.
Bye.